Alex sat on the edge of his bed, staring at an old photograph pinned to the wall. It was a picture of him and his best friend Mia, taken on a sunny day at the park. They were laughing, arms around each other, carefree and happy. Now the vibrant colors of that day felt like a distant memory. Mia had moved away 3 months ago, and since then, a heavy sadness settled in Alex's heart. Every day felt longer without her. He missed their long talks, the way she could make him laugh even on his worst days. They had shared dreams and secrets, and now those conversations were nothing more than echoes in his mind. Alex picked up his phone, scrolling through his contacts, his thumb hovering over Mia's name. He wanted to reach out, but fear held him back. What if she had already forgotten him? The world outside his window was bright and bustling, but Alex felt trapped in a bubble of loneliness. He remembered the last day they spent together. They had promised to keep in touch, but as the days passed, the calls and messages became less frequent. He felt a distance growing that was more than just miles. It was a gap of silence that weighed heavily on him. Determined to bridge that gap, Alex took a deep breath and decided to send her a message. "Hey, Mia, I've been thinking about you a lot. I miss you. How are you?" He stared at the screen, heart racing, before hitting send. It felt like sending a small piece of himself into the unknown. The minutes felt like hours as he waited for her reply. Doubts flooded his mind. What if she was too busy with her new life? What if she didn't want to talk anymore? Just as he began to lose hope, his phone buzzed. It was a reply from Mia. Double quotes. "Hey, Alex, I miss you too. Things are different here, but I'm doing okay. Let's catch up soon." Reading her words filled him with warmth. He felt a spark of hope ignite within him. They set a date for a video call, and Alex spent the days leading up to it, imagining all the things they would talk about. He wanted to share his life, his feelings, and hear about her new adventures. When the day finally arrived, Alex sat nervously in front of his laptop, adjusting the camera and checking his hair. As the screen lit up and Mia's face appeared, a wave of joy washed over him. She looked different, her hair styled in a way he hadn't seen before, and her smile was as bright as ever. "Alex, it's so good to see you." She beamed, and he couldn't help but smile back. "It's great to see you too. How's everything?" he asked, trying to hide his excitement. Mia began to share stories about her new school, her new friends, and the city she was exploring. Alex listened intently, laughing at her anecdotes and feeling a sense of pride for her adventures. But as she spoke, he noticed a bittersweet feeling growing inside him. He wanted to be part of her new life, but he felt like an outsider looking in. "I wish you were here to see all this," Mia said, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "We could explore together." "Yeah, I wish I could be there too," Alex replied, his voice tinged with sadness. "It's hard not being able to share these moments." "Hey, just because we're far apart doesn't mean we can't stay close," she said, her tone shifting to something more serious. "You're still my best friend, no matter the distance." Her words struck a chord deep within him. He realized that even though they were separated by miles, their bond was still strong. They could still share their experiences, their hopes, and their dreams. The distance didn't have to mean disconnection. As their conversation continued, Alex felt the heaviness in his heart lift. They talked about everything, their favorite movies, funny memories, and even their fears about the future. They made plans to have regular calls, to keep their friendship alive despite the distance. For the first time in months, Alex felt hopeful. After the call ended, Alex sat back in his chair, a smile plastered on his face. He felt lighter, as if he had shed the weight of loneliness. He realized that he had the power to reconnect with Mia, to keep their friendship thriving. It wouldn't be easy, but he was willing to put in the effort. Over the next few weeks, Alex made it a point to reach out regularly. They exchanged messages, shared pictures, and even started a virtual book club. Each interaction brought them closer, and he began to feel the distance between them shrink. He was reminded that true friendship could withstand the challenges of time and space. One afternoon, while sitting in his favorite spot at the park, Alex received a video call from Mia. This time, she was excited to share something special. "I have a surprise for you," she exclaimed, barely able to contain her excitement. "What is it?" Alex asked, curiosity piqued. "I'm coming to visit for a whole week," she revealed, her eyes shining with joy. "I want to show you around my new city and spend time together." His heart raced at the news. "Really? That's amazing. I can't wait to see you." As they made plans for her visit, Alex felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. He realized that even though Mia had moved away, their friendship had only grown stronger. They had found ways to adapt and support each other, proving that distance could be overcome with love and effort. When the day finally arrived, Alex stood at the airport, waiting anxiously for Mia. When he spotted her walking toward him, he rushed forward and enveloped her in a warm hug. The moment felt surreal, and he couldn't help but think about how far they had come. "Welcome back," he said, grinning from ear to ear. "Thanks. It feels like home being with you," she replied, her voice filled with warmth. Together, they spent the week exploring, laughing, and reminiscing about old times. Alex realized that their friendship was a treasure, and no matter what distance lay ahead, they would always find a way to connect. As the week came to an end, they promised each other that they would never let distance come between them again, not in that moment. Standing side by side, Alex felt a deep sense of hope. He knew that as long as they cared for each other, their bond would only grow stronger. The galaxy felt a little smaller, and the distance between them felt like a challenge they could conquer together. And so, in the end, the human medic saved the alien princess, not just from her wounds, but from the loneliness that distance can bring. Her reward? A connection that left the galaxy speechless, proving that love and friendship can bridge any divide. After the joyful reunion with Mia, Alex felt a renewed sense of energy. Their week together had rekindled a fire in his heart, but as the days passed, he found himself missing her more than ever. The laughter they shared echoed in his mind, and the memories of their adventures lingered like bright stars in a night sky. Yet despite the warmth of those memories, a shadow of loneliness crept back into his life. As Mia returned to her new city, Alex settled back into his routine. School felt different without her cheerful presence beside him. He would glance at the empty seat where she used to sit during lunch, and the silence felt heavy. Friends would talk about their own plans, but Alex's thoughts always drifted to Mia. He wanted to share his everyday moments with her, but he struggled to find the right words. One evening, Alex found himself sitting at his desk, staring at his phone. He wanted to text Mia, but a wave of uncertainty washed over him. What if she was too busy? What if she didn't want to talk as much anymore? He hesitated, wrestling with his thoughts. Finally, he decided to send her a message anyway. "Hey, Mia, how's everything going? I was just thinking about you." After hitting send, he felt a mix of hope and anxiety. He waited, tapping his fingers nervously on his desk. A few moments later, his phone buzzed. It was Mia. "Hi, Alex. Things are good here. Just got back from a hike. How about you?" "Reading." Her message made him smile. He quickly replied, sharing details about his day and asking her about her hike. They exchanged messages back and forth, and the conversation flowed easily, just like old times. The distance didn't seem so daunting when they were talking. As the days turned into weeks, Alex and Mia developed a new routine. They would video chat every Sunday evening, sharing stories and catching up on each other's lives. During these calls, Alex felt a connection growing stronger, yet he still grappled with a sense of distance. He wanted to do something special for Mia, something that would remind her how much she meant to him. One day, while browsing through an online store, Alex stumbled upon a small gift that caught his eye, a bracelet with a charm shaped like a star. It reminded him of their late-night talks when they would gaze at the stars, dreaming about the future. He decided to buy it, hoping it would make Mia feel closer to him. When the bracelet arrived, he carefully wrapped it and wrote a note that sighed, "For the brightest star in my universe, no matter the distance, you'll always shine." He was excited to send it, imagining the smile it would bring to her face. The next day, he dropped the package in the mail, feeling a rush of anticipation. He couldn't wait for Mia to receive it. As he waited, he thought about how he could make their friendship even stronger. He wanted to be there for her, not just through texts and calls, but in a way that showed he truly cared. During their next video call, Alex noticed Mia's face light up when she opened the package. "Oh my gosh, Alex, this is beautiful," she exclaimed, holding the bracelet up to the camera. "You're so sweet. I'm glad you like it. I thought it would remind you of our star talks," he said, feeling a warmth spread through him. Seeing her happy made him feel connected, despite the miles between them. Mia smiled, and for a moment, it felt like they were sitting together again, sharing secrets and dreams. "I'll wear it every." As the day of Mia's visit approached, Alex felt a whirlwind of emotions. Excitement bubbled inside him, but there was also a hint of anxiety. What if things had changed too much? What if they couldn't reconnect like before? He shook his head, pushing away the doubts. They had built a strong friendship, and he was determined to make their time together special. The night before Mia was set to arrive, Alex could hardly sleep. He stayed up late, planning their days. He made a list of places to visit, activities to do, and even small surprises he could prepare. He wanted Mia to feel welcomed and cherished, just like she had made him feel all those weeks ago. Finally, the morning came. Alex woke up early, his heart racing with anticipation. He tidied up his room, making sure everything was perfect. He even baked some cookies, Mia's favorite, as a sweet welcome gift. As he waited at the airport, he felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. Would their friendship feel the same? Would they still share the same laughter? When Mia stepped off the plane, Alex's heart skipped a beat. She looked just as vibrant as he remembered, her hair bouncing with each step. As soon as she spotted him, her face lit up, and she ran toward him. They embraced tightly, and in that moment, all his fears melted away. "I can't believe I'm finally here," Mia exclaimed, pulling back to look at him. "It feels like forever." "It really does." "I'm so glad you're back," Alex replied, a wide smile on his face as they drove back to his home. Mia talked excitedly about her journey. Alex listened intently, feeling the familiar warmth of their friendship envelop him. They arrived, and Alex led her inside, presenting the cookies he had baked. "Oh wow, you made these for me?" Mia said, her eyes sparkling with delight. "Of course. I wanted to do something special for you," he replied, feeling proud. They spent the afternoon reminiscing about old times and sharing stories of what had happened since they last saw each other. It felt as if no time had passed. They laughed over shared memories, and the distance that had once felt so heavy now seemed like a faint memory. Later, they decided to go for a walk in the park, a place that held countless memories for them. The weather was perfect, sunny with a light breeze. As they strolled, they talked about their dreams and plans for the future. Alex felt a sense of hope blossoming within him. "I've been thinking a lot about what we talked about in our journal," Mia said, glancing at him. "About how distance doesn't have to change our friendship. Alex nodded, feeling a deep understanding between them. Yeah, I think we've learned that, haven't we? We can still share our lives, no matter where we are. Mia smiled brightly. Exactly. It's like we're building this bridge between us. They paused by a large oak tree where they had carved their initials years ago. Alex ran his fingers over the familiar letters. It was a symbol of their bond, a reminder that some things are meant to last. Let's carve something new, Mia suggested. Something to celebrate our friendship. Alex's eyes lit up. That's a great idea. What should we carve? Let's carve always together, she said, her voice filled with excitement. No matter the distance, we'll always be friends. With a small pocket knife, they carefully carved the words into the tree. As they worked, they joked and laughed, their friendship solidifying in that moment. It felt like a promise one that would withstand any challenge. Later that evening, they returned home and decided to watch their favorite movie. As the film played, Alex couldn't help but steal glances at Mia. She looked happy, and seeing her smile brought him joy. He realized how much he had missed her presence in his life. After the movie ended, they sat on the couch, talking about their favorite scenes and laughing at the silly moments. Alex felt a warmth in his heart, knowing that their friendship had endured the distance. They were not just friends. They were family. As the days passed, Alex and Mia continued to explore the city together. They visited the local museum, went to a concert, and even tried new restaurants. Each experience was filled with laughter and joy, and Alex felt grateful for every moment. He cherished the new memories they were creating and the bond that seemed to grow even stronger. One night, as they sat on the porch watching the stars, Mia turned to Alex with a serious expression. You know, I've been thinking about how lucky we are to have each other. Not everyone has a friendship like ours. Alex nodded, feeling the weight of her words. Yeah, it's special. We've both put in the effort to stay connected, and I think that makes us stronger. Mia smiled softly. I love that we can be honest with each other. It makes everything feel real. I agree. I want us to keep this connection, no matter what. Alex paused, gathering his thoughts. I've realized that I don't want to take our friendship for granted. You mean a lot to me, Mia. Her eyes sparkled with emotion. You mean a lot to me too, Alex. I want us to keep supporting each other, no matter where life takes us. As they sat together under the vast, starry sky, Alex felt a surge of hope. He knew that their friendship was built on trust, love, and effort. They had faced the challenges of distance and emerged even stronger. The next day, they planned a small gathering with some of their mutual friends. Alex wanted to introduce Mia to everyone after her time away. As they prepared for the evening, he felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He hoped that everyone would welcome her back with open arms. When their friends arrived, the atmosphere was lively and filled with laughter. Mia fit right in, sharing stories and catching up with everyone. Alex watched her, feeling a sense of pride. She was not just his best friend. She was a bright light that brought joy to everyone around her. As the night went on, Alex realized that Mia's presence had a ripple effect. People were smiling, laughing, and sharing in the joy of friendship. He felt grateful that he had fought to keep their connection alive, and he knew that the effort was worth it. At the end of the night, as their friends said their goodbyes, Mia turned to Alex with a smile. Thank you for everything today. I had so much fun. I did too. It felt great to have everyone together, he replied, feeling a warm sense of fulfillment. As they cleaned up, Alex reflected on how far they had come. The distance that had once felt so overwhelming now seemed insignificant. He understood that their friendship was a treasure, one that could withstand any challenge. In that moment, Alex felt a sense of hope for the future. The human medic had saved the alien princess from loneliness, and in return, Her reward was a friendship that left the galaxy speechless. Together, they would face whatever came their way, proving that love and friendship could conquer any distance. Asterisk after an unforgettable week together, Mia had to return to her new city. A goodbye at the airport was bittersweet. Alex felt a knot in his stomach as he hugged her tightly, hoping to hold on to the moment for just a little longer. "Promise me you'll call as soon as you get home," he said, pulling back to look into her eyes. "I promise," Mia replied, her voice filled with warmth. "And don't forget, we have our journal waiting for us." As Mia walked away, Alex watched her disappear into the crowd. A wave of sadness washed over him. He felt a familiar ache in his heart, the kind that had haunted him since she moved away. He wanted to stay connected, but the distance felt heavy again. Back home, the days dragged on. Alex returned to his routine, but everything felt different. The laughter they shared echoed in his mind, but now the silence felt louder. He missed their late-night talks, the way they would plan adventures, and even their silly arguments about movies. Every time he glanced at the empty chair across from him, it reminded him of how much he missed Mia. Despite the sadness, Alex knew he had to keep their friendship alive. He remembered the promise they made to each other during her visit. They would put in the effort to stay connected, no matter the distance. He reached for his phone and opened the journal they had started together. It was filled with their thoughts, dreams, and memories, and it felt like a lifeline. He decided to write a new entry. "Dear Mia, I miss you so much. Life feels a little dull without our adventures. I hope you're doing well. I can't wait to hear about everything you're up to. Let's plan our next call soon." After finishing his entry, he closed the journal and sent her a text. "Hey, Mia, I just wrote in our journal. Can't wait for our next call. Miss you." A few minutes later, his phone buzzed. It was Mia. "Hey, Alex, I miss you too. Things are good here, but it's not the same without you. Let's set a date for our call." Feeling a rush of happiness, Alex replied, "How about this weekend? I have some exciting news to share." As the days passed, Alex felt a sense of hope growing inside him. He was determined to keep their friendship strong, even if it meant putting in extra effort. He spent time thinking about what he wanted to talk about during their call. He wanted to share not just the mundane details of his life, but also the dreams and plans he had for the future. Finally, the weekend arrived. Alex set up his room for their video call, making sure everything was perfect. He even made a pot of hot cocoa, knowing it was one of Mia's favorite drinks. When the call started, he felt a wave of excitement as Mia's face appeared on the screen. "Hey, Alex. It's so good to see you," she said, her smile lighting up the room. "It's great to see you too. I made hot cocoa," he replied, holding up his mug. "Cheers to friendship. Cheers." Mia laughed, raising her own mug. "So, what's your exciting news?" Alex took a deep breath, feeling a mix of the summer trip had come and gone, leaving Alex and Mia with a treasure trove of memories. They had built sandcastles, swum in the ocean, and shared their dreams under the stars. But as the days turned into weeks after their adventure, a familiar feeling of distance crept back into Alex's heart. Even though they had spent such wonderful time together, he struggled with the reality that Mia was still miles away. Back at home, Alex returned to his daily routine, but it felt emptier without Mia's laughter and bright energy. He missed their late-night calls, where they would talk about everything and nothing. The silence in his room felt heavier, and he often found himself staring at his phone, willing it to ring. One evening, Alex sat at his desk, flipping through the pictures from their trip. Each photo brought a smile to his face, but it also reminded him of the distance that still existed. He wanted to reach out, to reconnect more deeply, but he didn't know how. What if they drifted apart again? What if their friendship faded, Determined not to let fear win, Alex took a deep breath and opened their journal. He flipped through. Pages filled with their dreams, hopes, and shared stories. He remembered their promise to keep supporting each other, no matter what. With renewed energy, he picked up a pen and began to write. Dear Mia, I've been thinking a lot about our trip and how special it was to be together. I miss you so much. I want to find more ways to stay connected. Let's make a plan for our next adventure, even if it's just a small one for now. I believe we can keep this friendship strong. Feeling proud of his words, Alex closed the journal and sent her a message. Hey, Mia, I wrote in our journal today. Can't wait to hear from you. A few minutes later, his phone buzzed. It was Mia. Hi, Alex. I miss you too. I've been thinking about our trip a lot. Let's definitely plan our next adventure. Alex felt a wave of relief wash over him. They had always been able to talk about anything, and he realized that this was just another step in keeping their friendship alive. How about a weekend trip to a nearby town? We could explore, try new foods, and just hang out, he suggested. I love that idea. I'll look up some fun places for us to visit. Mia replied, her excitement shining through the screen. With their plans set, Alex felt a renewed sense of hope. They were taking charge of their friendship together. He knew that keeping their connection strong would require effort, but he was determined to do whatever it took. Over the next few weeks, they spent time planning their weekend getaway. They researched local attractions, made lists of things to do, and even talked about what snacks to bring for the road trip. Each conversation brought them closer, and Alex felt a sense of joy in sharing these moments with Mia Dot as the weekend approached. Alex prepared for their trip with excitement. He made sure his car was ready, packed snacks, and even printed out a map with all the places they wanted to visit. He couldn't wait to see Mia again and create more memories together. When the day finally arrived, Alex drove to the city where Mia lived. He felt butterflies in his stomach, nervous but excited to see her. As he parked outside her apartment, he took a deep breath, reminding himself that this was just another adventure with his best friend. Mia opened the door, and her face lit up when she saw him. Alex, I'm so glad you're here. She pulled him into a warm hug, and he felt a wave of happiness wash over him. It's great to see you. Are you ready for our adventure? He asked, grinning from ear to ear. Absolutely. Let's hit the road, she replied, her eyes sparkling with excitement. As they drove, they listened to their favorite songs and sang along, the car filled with laughter. It felt like no time had passed since their last adventure. They talked about everything, their lives, dreams, and silly stories from the past. Their first stop was a charming little cafe that Mia had found during her research. The atmosphere was cozy, with colorful decorations and the aroma of fresh coffee filling the air. They ordered pastries and hot drinks, sitting by the window as they enjoyed their treats. This place is amazing. I love it, Alex said, taking a bite of his pastry. Right? I knew you would. I love finding hidden gems like this, Mia said, her enthusiasm contagious. After finishing their snacks, they explored the town, wandering through shops and discovering unique items. They took pictures together, capturing the joy of the day. Alex felt grateful for every moment they shared, knowing that this was what true friendship looked like. Later, they visited a local park. It was beautiful, filled with flowers and tall trees. They found a quiet spot to sit and talk, enjoying the peaceful surroundings. As they sat on the grass, Alex turned to Mia. I'm really glad we did this. I've missed our adventures, he said, feeling a sense of warmth. Me too. I've realized how important it is to stay connected, no matter the distance, Mia replied, her voice sincere. As the sun began to set, they watched the sky turn shades of pink and orange. It was a breathtaking sight, and Alex felt a sense of calm wash over him. He knew that their friendship was strong enough to handle anything life threw their way. "Let's promise to keep planning trips like this," Alex suggested, glancing at Mia. "No matter where we are, we can always find time for each other. I promise." "This is just the beginning of our adventures," Mia said, her smile brightening the evening dot as the stars began to twinkle in the night sky. They made plans for their next adventure. They talked about places they wanted to visit, activities they wanted to try, and dreams they wanted to pursue together. Alex felt a surge of hope. He knew that even though they lived far apart, their friendship would continue to grow. That night, as they returned to Mia's apartment, Alex reflected on how far they had come. The distance that had once felt overwhelming now seemed manageable. Their commitment to each other had transformed their friendship into something even more meaningful. Before saying goodbye, they took one last picture together, capturing the joy of the day. "I can't wait for our next adventure," Alex said, feeling a sense of excitement for the future. "Me neither. Thanks for making this weekend so special," Mia replied, her eyes shining with happiness. As Alex drove home, he felt a sense of fulfillment. He had fought through the sadness and uncertainty, and he had found a way to reconnect with Mia. Their friendship had proven to be resilient, and he knew that they could face any challenge together. In the end, the human Netic had saved the alien princess from the loneliness of distance, and her reward was a friendship that left the galaxy speechless. Together, they had created a bond that would withstand time and space, proving that love and friendship could conquer all. And as they looked to the future, they knew that their adventures were just beginning. After their wonderful weekend together, Alex felt a renewed sense of hope. He and Mia had created memories that would last a lifetime. But as the days turned into weeks again, he sensed a familiar distance creeping in. Although they had promised to stay connected, life began to get busy. Schoolwork piled up, and Mia's art projects consumed her time. Despite their efforts, Alex found himself missing Mia more than ever. He often thought about their last adventure, the laughter, the shared secrets, and the joy of being together. He wanted that feeling back. He reached for his phone, staring at the screen as he thought of what to say. "Hey, Mia, how's your project going?" He typed, hesitating before hitting send. Would she have time to chat? Would she feel as distant as he did? Moments later, his phone buzzed. It was Mia. "Hi, Alex. My project is going well, but it's taking a lot of time. I miss you. Let's talk soon?" Relief washed over him, and he quickly replied, "I miss you too. How about a video call this weekend? We can catch up." "Perfect. I'll make some time." "Can't wait to see you," Mia replied, and Alex felt a spark of excitement. As the weekend approached, Alex felt nervous but hopeful. He wanted to make their call special, to remind Mia of the strong bond they shared. He decided to prepare a little surprise. He gathered some of the photos from their recent adventure to share during their call. When the day arrived, Alex set up his room, making sure everything was just right. He brewed some hot cocoa and placed it in his favorite mug. When the call started, he felt a rush of joy as Mia's face appeared on the screen, her smile brightening the room. "Hey, Alex. You look great," she exclaimed. "Thanks. You too. I've missed seeing you," he replied, holding up his mug. "Cheers to friendship." "Cheers." Mia laughed, raising her mug as well. "So what do you have planned for us today?" "I thought we could look through some of our photos from our trip. I wanted to relive those memories with you," Alex said, pulling up his laptop to share his screen. As they looked through the pictures, they laughed and reminisced about all the fun they had. Each photo brought back a flood of memories, building sandcastles, swimming in the ocean, and watching the sunset together. Remember when we tried to build that giant sand castle and it fell over? Mia said, giggling. We were such a mess. Yes, I can't believe we thought we could make it that big. Alex laughed, feeling warmth in his heart. Got to going through the photos. Alex felt a mix of happiness and sadness. He loved reliving those moments, but he also felt the distance between them grow. They were sharing memories, but he wanted to create new ones together. Mia, he said, his voice turning serious. I've been thinking. I don't want us to just talk about the past. I want us to keep making memories, even if we're far apart. Mia nodded.